Oh, okay.
But it's not happy story.
Okay. Well, there's a happy story then. So, my friends and I, we decided to go to Egypt during the long four-day weekend. The, the trip started out with two pigeons mating on top of the door into the airport.
Wow.
One of my friends said, "Wow, this is a good omen, two pigeons mating. We're going to have a fabulous trip." We get to Egypt. At the Cairo airport, we tried to have rent-a-car organized. Different people were running around, different Egyptian tour coordinators were running around. Nothing was happening for 3 hours. We were waiting in the airport for 3 hours for things to happen. Finally, a deal was organized, and so we go to Cairo to rent a car. The car was successfully rented, and we drive down to Bahariya Oasis. In Bahariya Oasis, we find a very nice guest house to stay in, and we arrange a desert tour for the next day. All is well till here. The next day, we were supposed to leave to the desert on the desert tour around at 1 p.m. Nothing happens at 1 p.m. 1:30 p.m. still nothing happens. At 2 p.m. we find out that the car that we were supposed to go in broke down. So they were trying to organize another car. At 3 p.m. we finally get into the okay car. Everything goes well. I was told to go to the police. I had to sign a declaration saying that I am responsible for the 2 American tourists that was with me. We go on the desert road. We start driving. The car overheats and has to stop. We try to cool it down. We go to a nearby oasis where there's a spring coming out. We fill up the radiator again with water, and it starts to run again. The car starts to run again. I was looking at the car in the back side, and then I suddenly start to see a black smoke coming out from the exhaustion pipe. The black smoke was because oil was burning in the engine for some reason. When we opened the bonnet of the car, the oil splashed out. And so the car basically broke down in the middle of the desert, and we had to wait for another car to come. By that time, we were thinking about the 2 pigeons mating in the beginning of the trip and thinking, maybe that was not a good omen, maybe that was a bad omen. But eventually a car comes, we get into the desert. The desert is beautiful, the white desert with a beautiful full moon. We camp out there that night and have a wonderful time there. The next day goes well. We see the tombs, the mummies, play around in the desert a little bit more, and drive back to Cairo. In Cairo, we hadn't organized any accommodation, but when we went to the Giza Pyramids area, we successfully found a guest house that was right in front of the 3 pyramids, with a balcony view of the 3 pyramids for $25 for the 3 of us. It was great. We go and have dinner overlooking the 3 pyramids as well. This was not planned either. Everything goes well, beautiful dinner and everything. So the whole trip actually turned out to be wonderful at the end. And now we're starting to think maybe that was actually a good omen, just making the trip a little bit more interesting. That was our trip to Egypt.
Very good. You should see. You told me a story. Fantastic.